You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome to Worthen Arena as we are getting ready for some Monday Night Hoops on SL Digital Radio. It's the Ball State Cardinals playing host to the UIC Flames of the Missouri Valley Conference. My name is Maxwell Gillie. He is Zander Woods, and Zander, this is a Ball State team that has been perfect to start the year. They are 5-0, and they have played some really good basketball.
Oh, absolutely, Gillie. And really excited to be on the broadcast with you tonight. Probably a personal goal of mine, to be on the call with Gillie. Gillie the man, of course. But as you said, a perfect start. You can't get any better than 5-0. And this team is looking to roll past UIC tonight to complete their 6-0 start of the season. But it will not be without some challenges, obviously, with Bree Sallenbein not reporting today. Looks like she's in street clothes, and that's going to be a huge blow for them. But even then, this team is well prepared. And personally, when I look at this team, and part of the reason for why they are undefeated at this point of the season is that they know how to maneuver their tempo. And what I mean by that is, even when Bree Sallenbein's not in the game, or their traditional bigs that are down in the post, they like to get out fast. And they like to push the tempo, and they like to get out in transition, and they like to press you and cause a lot of mistakes and really swing the basketball with a lot of off-ball cuts and down screens to get their guards involved and attack the basket. And so that's why I think this team can be prepared for a matchup against a UIC team that is very well coached, one of the better coaches in the country, I might add, as this is going to be a homecoming game for, Coach Ashleen Bracey, and who's one of the Missouri Valley Conference best young coaches at that.
And when we look at Ashleen Bracey, she has been able to, in her first 3 seasons, bring UIC to postseason play every single year. She has a 500 record of 54-54, so a win here today would be fun for her. Of course, you mentioned she spent time here as an assistant coach, but it also means that, hey, she has a winning record as a head coach.
Oh, absolutely, and her getting a win tonight, obviously, with her time here under Coach Sally in his first season as the Ball State head coach. They tied for second in MAC play, so we know that Coach Bracey can win in Worthen. Can she win against Worthen? That's going to be the key for tonight's game, especially with her homecoming here tonight. But the team sitting currently at 2-3, and it's going to definitely be a struggle for them, especially with some injury troubles for themselves as well, and inconsistency shooting the basketball. But one thing that we cannot take away is this team has grit. And I think that's reflective of Coach Bracey's style. She's from Chicago. She's climbed up the coaching ranks. She instills a lot of life into this basketball team. Even with them being considerably a younger team, it doesn't matter. If you're stepping on the court for Coach Bracey, you're going to give it your all. And like you said, and that's been reflective, is not only have they made postseason play every year she's been in, this program has only 5 postseason appearances, Gillie, and 3 of them have been under Coach Bracey. So she is an elite coach, and she's an elite motivator in getting the best out of her athletes.
And this is going to be a UIC team that, don't be surprised once it comes to conference play that they are playing well, because they've adopted a similar scheduling mindset to Ball State, where they've already played big schools like Indiana and Wisconsin, and they held their own against those teams.
Oh, absolutely. And that game against IU, they actually were up at halftime. And we saw how that game obviously turned out. But that goes to show that with their scheduling that you noted, Gillie, that they're not afraid of anybody. They might be outmatched as far as name and as far as brand and even as far as the athletes. But to this team and Coach Bracey, they really don't care, and they're going to give it your all.
It's going to be a fun one. Of course, we mentioned UIC 2-3, Ball State 5-0. Their most recent win, it was against a foe from the Big 12. That was Cincinnati with a 20-point win, 83-63. What did you see in that Cardinals win?
In that win, honestly, Gillie, what I saw from that team was just utter domination from start to finish. They didn't let Cincinnati's bigs get too much depth and feel comfortable down low. There was a lot of good interior defense. And also, I just saw constant on-ball pressure by the Ball State defenders. You know, when we look at Zuri Ransom Carson Norman, as well as an Ashlyn Brooke, when they're playing defense, you really feel them, right? They get up in your face, they're aggressive, they're mean, and they can really push the basketball fast, and they know how to get out in transition. Another thing that I saw, which I noted to earlier, is they're changing pace. Even though they like to get out and they like to run, they're not afraid to play through their bigs. Many of times, Gillie, have we actually seen some of their bigs making a lot of their playmaking decisions for them. When we're looking at a Bree Salenbine, even though she's not suiting up tonight, she is actually one of the primary decision makers on this team as well, averaging around 3.8 assists as well. And don't forget about the big fella down low, Tessa Towers. Boy, has she really improved her game, honestly, exponentially. How I couldn't have even seen this coming. And she's not handling the basketball, obviously, but out of her post touches, she's made a couple really good decisions out of the low block, and she's a very good passer as she is able to see the floor with that big frame of hers. And so that's what I'm seeing from this team is, and maybe last year's team, though, don't get me wrong, a very good team, a very special team, and a team that went to the tournament, they at times can get a little one-dimensional. This team, I see a lot of duality in their style of play, and I think that's really been such a refreshing sight to see, that Coach Sally has a team that can get out and make quick baskets and shoot the three ball, which he's known to have done, but also a team that's able to play through their bigs, be able to trust their bigs to make good decisions and be able to get the ball out quick to their other playmakers and their other scorers in space. And I think that's really been the most telling team about this squad and why they're undefeated at this point of the year.
And it really feels like when you look at the stats, I mean, Ball State has averaged over 80 points a game. They have averaged 51 rebounds. The thing they've really struggled the most is turnovers, however. They have about 20 turnovers a game.
Right.
How important is it if Ball State wants to be even more successful to kind of work on that?
And Gillie, that's a really good point. And so when we're talking about just strictly turnovers, you mentioned, now a part of that is because they like to get out fast. And sometimes what I'm noticing with this team is that before they make these passes, they can be a little indecisive of where they directly want to go with the basketball. But with a team like this and UIC, you cannot be careless with the basketball. They force their opponents to give up around 15 turnovers a game. This is a very aggressive team. And just like Ball State, how they like to get out and cause a lot of steals and cause a lot of havoc, Amelia Strong, Julia Coleman, and Tutu Clayton, those are really fast guards and forwards that are going to pressure you themselves, and they know how to get out and run too, and they want to cause turnovers as well. So making sure that you're protecting the basketball and getting the most amount of possessions for your team will be important as you get ready for this showdown here at home.
This is going to be a fun one. It is Ball State versus UIC. Monday Night Hoops here on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda Muncie. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll get you started from Worthen Arena. You're listening to SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ooh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Nick Yeoman from NASCAR's Performance Racing Network and IndyCar Radio, and a proud SportsLink alum from 2010. Go Cards!
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It's the Ball State Cardinals playing host to the UIC Flames. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. We just saw the starters introduced for the Flames. Let's have a chance to meet them now. Starting out wearing number 2, a 5'6" sophomore guard from St. Louis, Missouri. That is Tutu Clayton. A 5'9" graduate guard from Munster, Indiana. It is number 3, Sarah Zabrecki. We have a 6-foot junior forward from St. Louis, number 12, Julia Coleman. We have a 5'7" senior guard wearing number 14, Jessica Carruthers. She's going to be an impact player for sure. And then a 6'4" sophomore center from Berlin, Germany, number 16, Magdalena Winter. Of course, the Flames under head coach Ashleen Bracey. They are 2-3 on this season. Meanwhile, for Ball State, we will see number 2, Zen Verber, getting her first start. We will see number 3, Carson Norman, a 5'6" junior guard from Bedford, Indiana. We will see Tessa Towers getting her 4th start this season, a 6'5" senior guard from Batavia, Illinois. From France, it's the freshman wing, wearing number 24, Anis Tagayi, and a 5'11" sophomore wing from North Ridgeville, Ohio, wearing number 25, Grace Kingery rounds out your starting 5. Cardinals under head coach Brady Sally in year 14 at Ball State, year 22 overall. All right, Zander, who are some key players that you're going to be keeping an eye on?
All right, Gillie. Now, for me, if I am UIC and if I'm Coach Bracey, one key player that you cannot take your eyes off of is going to have to be either Amelia Strong, Magdalena Winter, and then you also cannot forget about Jessica Carruthers. When you think about Jessica Carruthers, just to start about her, she is pure buckets. She averaged 31 points a game. Yes, 31 points a game in NAIA play when she comes up here to this level of Division I basketball. First game of the season, you know what she does? She drops 28 points and then has very strong performances against Wisconsin and IU, dropping 17 and 14 points respectively. And then when I'm thinking of, Amelia Strong, she's their second leading, not Amelia Strong, I'm sorry, Tutu Clayton. She is one of the best pickpocketers in the country. She actually had 4 steals last game against Loyola. She's going to be someone you want to watch when she's picking up Carson Norman at full court. 2 guards that, though she might not have that experience or the offensive pedigree that Norman has, but she can pick up and she can run with her. And then if I'm Ball State, obviously the player that I'm really interested to look at is Tessa Towers. I want to see them play through her, and I want to see them actually get her some paint touches. And then Anis Tagayi. She is an elite, and when I say elite, an elite defender. And I want to see her pick up some of UIC's best offensive players and cause havoc.
Tip-off is won by the Cardinals. Here we go. Cardinals try to get their first basket off. It is no good. So now we will see UIC on the attack. UIC going from right to left here on your radio dial. The Flames in their navy uniforms, red numbers, and light blue trim. There is Tutu Clayton attempting a three-pointer from the right wing. She makes it. So the Flames lead 3-0 with 9:30 left here from Worthen as the Ball State Cardinals now in transition. Cardinals in their white uniform, silver numbers, red trim. Carson Norman was across the timeline. She throws it out of bounds. So this will be now the second opportunity for UIC to score.
You know, Tutu Clayton, only a 17% three-point shooter. Really good all around in her game, but that's one of the issues that her, and not only just for her, this basketball team in general struggles with. They're a 20% three-point shooting team. So for them to get one knocked down early, that's a good sign for this game tonight.
Winter has it atop the key. Now it's handed off to Clayton. Clayton drives her way inside the paint. She's getting double teamed. Shot clock at 8 seconds. Clayton, left wing, can she get a shot? She hands it off to Winter. Winter tries to get put back out the glass. She misses it. Cardinals have it going the other way. This is Carson Norman. Norman stolen away by UIC. She was at the right wing. UIC Carruthers jumper from the free throw line. It is missed, and the rebound was going in favor of the Cardinals. It was last touched by the Flames. And they lead 3-0 with 8:34 left in the first as Zander drives it in now for the Cardinals. Verbert, of course, from Belgium. Hands it off to Norman running the point. Now to Verbert at the logo. Verbert finds Tagayi on the right wing. Tagayi, a freshman from France, to her left. That is Verbert. Verbert finds Tessa Towers. Now Norman. Top of the key three. It is missed. Rolls off the glass to the right side. It will go out of bounds. And the inbound for the Flames.
How good has UIC's defense has been to start this game out? Really causing a lot of havoc offensively for Ball State as two broken possessions, and as we get a steal right here.
Cardinals get a steal. It is handed off to Tagayi from the left block. She hits it off the glass. She scores. UIC leads 3-2 with 7:57 left here in the first quarter. Flames on the attack now. They are on the far side. That's Tutu Clayton. Clayton finds it to Zabrecki. Zabrecki on the Cardinal head. Finds it to Winter. Winter using her size in the one-on-one matchup against Tessa Towers. Tutu Clayton tries to drive to her left side. She will get tipped, and there's some contact. Foul given to Anise Tagayi. That will be her first, team's first of the game. Flames lead 3-2, 7:40 here in the first.
One thing with Tagayi, she's a really strong defender, and she is very physical. Sometimes too physical right there. You're seeing her use a little bit more of her hands than her feet in that possession, which is going to be an easy call for the ref to make.
Brothers to the top of the key. She shoves it out to Winter. Winter in the restricted zone. She is able to score. 5-2. UIC leads. 7:30 left here in the first quarter. Carson Norman has it now from the Cardinal head. She dribbles it out to Tagayi. Tagayi from the right wing. Tagayi finds an option in Kingery. Kingery going around the horn now on the far side. That is Carson Norman. Norman tries to drive her way inside the left block. She will be fouled. So stop the clock with 7:13 left in the first. Flames lead 5-2, and a foul given to Julia Coleman. That will be Coleman's first for the Flames, and this will send Carson Norman to the line. Norman an 83% free throw shooter.
You know, how good has Carson Norman been for this Ball State team? A new team, a new regime, and then a new starting point guard coming into this year. And Coach Sally said that she was the transfer that he wanted to go after, and how well has she really adopted that point guard role?
It went so well, she made both free throws. UIC on the attack now. Cards lead 5-4. 7 minutes to go here in the first. This is to Julia Coleman from the right block. Coleman tries to drive her way inside the paint. There's a rebound by Tessa Towers. It was handed off to Coleman, and Cardinals force UIC to step out of bounds. So this will be the opportunity now for Cardinals to inbound as they again are going from left to right. This is Verbert, the freshman from Belgium, on the inbound. To the right, that's Carson Norman. UIC leads 5-4, 6:53 left in the first. Norman across the timeline on the far side now in front of that UIC bench. Norman with some one-on-one pressure from Coleman. Norman needs to find an option to her right. Tagayi Now to Tagaye's left. It was Kingery. Tagaye drives her way from the right lane. She scores! Anise Tagaye gives the Cardinals a 6-5 lead. 6:30 left here in the first. This is 2-2. Clayton now on the left wing. She drives across the timeline, finds it to Winter. Winter from the Max Shield has to look to her right. Her right finds Carruthers from the right corner for three. That will not work. Rebound for the Cardinals. Julia Coleman, mid-range jumper from the left side. She makes it. Flames lead 7-6. 6:12 to go.
Julia Coleman, she really likes that elbow shot right there. That's typically her go-to. And how aggressive has she also been on the defensive end too, causing a lot of disruptions and getting a lot of stops for them as well.
UIC on the attack now. This is 2-2 Clayton. Clayton with a heave to Julia Coleman in the restricted zone. Coleman getting triple team, has to fight through three Cardinals. She is able to get a jumper and score. Flames lead 9-6, 5:44 left in the first. As Cardinals back on the attack now with Carson Norman. Norman hands it off to Kingery from the Max Shield. There's the left-handed pass to Tessa Towers. Tessa can't get a jumper. Flames have it going the other way now. On the far side, this is Carruthers from the right wing. Carruthers hands it off to Winter. Winter with some pressure from Verber. Looks to her left. She finds Coleman. Coleman tries to get another jumper from the left elbow. Coleman will miss. Cards have it going the other way. And it's immediately stolen at the logo, and Jessica Carruthers easily forces her way into the paint. She gets the scoop and score. Flames lead 11-6. 5 minutes left in the first. Carson Norman and the Cardinals quickly across the timeline now. Norman from the right wing. Looks to Kingery, left wing three. That one is missed. Rebound for the Flames.
You know, this is the second time we've seen Carson Norman get her pockets picked. We don't see that too often, Gillie.
So this is Carruthers, looks to Winter. Right wing three, finds Zabrecki. Zabrecki cannot get the rebound. She instead finds it to Carruthers. Carruthers jumper from the free throw line. Shoot and score. So it will be 13-6. The Flames lead. This is probably the first time the Cardinals have had to deal with a deficit like this since the opening game against Arkansas State. Cardinals have another turnover. Now it's Carruthers going coast to coast. Carruthers forced to the right wing. Looks to an option in Coleman. Coleman, right block, cannot get the shot, and it will be thrown out of bounds by the Flames. We will see a timeout taken as UIC leads 13-6 with 4:08 to go here in the first. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, you'll get to hear the rest of the action here from Worthen Arena for some Monday Night Hoops.
And I said it in my press conference, you know, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, you know, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It is the Ball State Cardinals taking on the UIC Flames. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. Flames lead this one 13-6 with 4:08 left in the first. All right, Zander, what were your takeaways early on?
Well, honestly, early takeaways for me is that Jessica Coleman is a D-A-W-G. You know what that spells? Dog. She is an absolute dog. And for your best player to set that precedent like that early on in this game and to bring the fight to your team and not let them be the hammer and you be the nail, that is huge. And that, again, Gillie, that really speaks to that attitude that this basketball team really has under their own head coach, Coach Ashleen Bracey. And we knew this was going to be this type of game, especially when you know that Coach Ashleen Bracey, she knows Coach Salih, and Coach Salih knows Coach Ashleen Bracey. So it's going to be a little bit of an intellectual warfare here out on the basketball court. But like I've said, back to Jessica Carruthers, she already has 3 steals. She is making life very difficult for Carson Norman, something that we have not seen so far. She's really good with the basketball. She has a very tight handle, and she's really quick, which is surprising to me that she's struggled like this so much early on in this basketball game. So if I'm Ball State, we're going to need our point guard, our leader, to really step up and really protect that basketball, because there should be no excuse that you're giving the other team points without even crossing the half-court line.
Flames lead 13-6 at the end of this media timeout. It will be Flames basketball as the Flames have gone on an 8-0 run. That's why they lead 13-6. Carruthers on the inbound. Forces it out to Coleman on the left side, but Cardinals have to fight for the basketball. Jump ball possession goes the way of the Flames. During the media timeout, we see 2 new Cardinals have entered the fray. It is number 9, Alba Caballero, and Zuri Ransom making it in. Meanwhile, we also see Samantha Serrano and Marissa Green in for UIC. So let's see what those 2 can bring. Marissa Green has it at the top of the key, looks to find Coleman. Coleman, jumper from the right elbow. That one is rebounded by the Cardinals. So Cardinals have it going the other way. This is Gigi Guarini coming to you from Italy. Passes to the French, Tagayi on the right wing. Tagayi, one-on-one pressure, finds Caballero. Top the key 3, that is missed. Rebound goes the way of the Flames. That is one thing that has gone well for the Flames. They lead 13-6. 3:34 left here in the first. As the pace slowed down by Jessica Carruthers now. Carruthers near side has to go one-on-one with Guarini. Step back for Carruthers. She will miss. Rebound for the Cardinals, and Guarini now running the point. Guarini goes coast to coast. She tries to force her way in the paint. Gets an awkward shot, but it works. 13-8. Cardinals trail by 5, now with 3:10 left here in the first. This is Jessica Carruthers across the timeline. Looks to Serrano from the left wing. Serrano, one-on-one with Tagayi. Small pass to Marissa Green at the top of the key. Green needs to find an option, and we will end up having a 5-second violation instead. So Cardinals will get the ball after that turnover as we see a substitution for Tutu Clayton to return in, and Jessica Carruthers will exit.
And that's why you bring Zuri Ransom in this basketball game. Along with Anis Tagayi, I think Zuri Ransom arguably is probably your best off-ball defender as well. She knows how to really stick to her defender, or stick to her assignment, and she knows how to cause disruption on the defensive end. And that's why Coach Sally turned to her and brought her in the basketball game to really try to swing the possessions back to Ball State's favor.
Cardinals on the inbound, find it to Guarini at the logo. Guarini left pass to Zuri Ransom. Ransom finds Alba Caballero. Caballero inside the paint. The sky hook will not work. Rebound for the Cardinals, but there was some contact for a whistle. And a foul given to Sarah Sabrecki, her first, team's second for the Flames. As with 2:30 left, the clock stops. UIC leads 13-8. Cardinals on the inbound. This is Guarini. Guarini finds it to Tagayi. Tagayi back to Guarini at the top of the key. To her right side, that is Ransom. Ransom, one-on-one, has to fight her way through 2 Flames. She will draw a foul from the right lane before she can get a shot on. So with 2:22 left in the first, foul given to Samantha Serrano, her first, team's third. Flames lead 13-8. And this will send Zuri Ransom to the line. Ransom, a 71% free throw shooter.
And it's going to be one of those types of games. Though this might not be on paper the best team that Ball State has played against, this is for sure the most physical team that they have played so far. And in order to get a win against them, you're going to have to bring the action to them. You're going to have to be physical. You're going to have to match their physicality. And you're going to have to be aggressive and try to get to the line, because shots like that are not going to come easy by this UIC basketball team.
So both free throws were missed by the Cardinals and Surrey Ransom. So we will see the Flames inbound in front of the student section now. Cardinal faithful showing out throughout the arena for Monday Night Hoops. Flames lead 13-8, 2:18 left here in the first quarter as the Flames have it across the timeline. There's a fight at the logo for who's going to get it. Cardinals win that fight. Tagayi goes coast to coast. The skyhook from the right wing. It's good. Anis Tagayi. And the lead's down to 3, 13-10. UIC leads with 2 minutes left here in the first. After that media timeout, it has been all Cardinals so far.
And for a game like this is where Anis Tagayi will look to shine, because her skill set and her tools and her bag is straight physicality and defensive aggression.
Memphis Serrano on the double team. 8 seconds on the shot clock to the near side. Now to Clayton, 2 seconds on the shot clock. That one was off in time. However, it misses. So Carini will have it going the other way now for the Cardinals. 13-10, Flames lead with under 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 3-point advantage for the Flames as Carini has it from the left wing. She passes to her right, finds Caballero at the top of the key. Caballero, low pass, finds it to Ransom on the near side now. Ransom tries to heave it to Tagayi. Tagayi spin move inside the paint. She shoots, she scores. So 13-12, Cards trail by 1 with just 1 minute left here in the first. And 8 points for Anis Tagayi as Tutu Clayton slowing down the offense for the Flames. She's across the timeline and not really looking for an option quite yet. She's getting one-on-one. She drives her way inside the paint. She misses the layup. It's going now the way of the Cardinals and Zuri Ransom. Ransom on the near side looks to find an option to her left. That option is Grace Kingery. Kingery from the left wing. There's the mid-range jumper from the left corner. That one is missed. Flames have it with about 27 seconds left here in the first. A second, the delay between the shot clock and the game clock. So really one more shot for UIC, and Tutu Clayton slows it down. She is on the feathers of the Cardinal head at midcourt. Tutu Clayton with shot clock now at 10 seconds. Tutu Clayton gets double teamed on the right wing. Now 3 seconds on the shot clock, handed off to Zabrecki. Zabrecki cannot get the shot. Ransom will try and throw it from the logo, and we will end the first quarter. UIC leads 13-12. You are listening to SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda Muncie, here on SL Digital Radio.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio.
This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie or visit victorymuncie.com. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. Flames lead 13-12 as we get ready for the second quarter. And Zander, what did you see early on?
Well, really before that media timeout, Gillie, they were seeing a lot of disruption in the backcourt. Ball State was really not able to get past half court without a disrupted offensive possession, and it really caused a strain on their flow of what Coach Salley likes to do, which is he likes to make sure his point guard is the head of the snake of the offense and being able to distribute and be able to see those backdoor cuts. Obviously, with Carson Norman causing those turnovers, it was really difficult. But then after that media timeout and they were able to put Zuri Ransom in, she was able to then bring the offense to them and match that physicality that I mentioned. We saw a lot more attacking the basket, a lot less settling for jump shots and settling for three-pointers, and then activity without the ball. If you want to talk about somebody that really knows how to move well without the basketball and play great defense, that is Anise Tagahi. And boy, was she special in that first quarter, going 4 for 4 and really igniting that run of going on that 6-0 run from Ball State to end that quarter. And so really for the rest of the game, make sure that we're watching out for Ball State at least, being aggressive, matching the physicality, and getting to the free throw line. Because a team like UIC, they are not here to play around, and they're going to get up in your face, and you're going to have to score every point the hard way.
Gigi Garini on the inbound from the Cardinals, hands it out to Verbert. Verbert top of the key, tries to find it to Garini from the right corner, but there is a travel. For the Cardinals, it is Zen Verbert, Georgia Garini, Alba Caballero, Ashlyn Brook making her return, and Zuri Ransom. As UIC in the Flames now on the inbound, this is Jessica Carruthers. Carruthers had herself a good start early on. She has 4 points as the Flames lead 13-12, 9:40 left here in the first. Flames now on the attack, getting double-teamed is Carruthers on the far side. Carruthers finds it to Zabrecki at the top of the key. Zabrecki with pressure from Ashlyn Brook. Bounce pass to Winter. Winter from the right wing. Looks to find Carruthers. Carruthers, Toronto. Left wing three. That one is missed. UIC wanted some contact on the miss, but they will get a foul instead. So foul given to Magdalene Winter. That'll be Winter's first, team's first here of the second quarter. Flames lead 13-12, 9:17 as the Cardinals get the reset here in the second quarter. This is Georgia Garini.
And in that last possession, they really tried to hunt Ashlyn Brook as the weak link, trying to get her on to their main scorers right there. But she held strong, and Ball State did what I believe the scouting report would suggest, is turn this basketball team into a jump shooting team. That is not what they want to do. For UIC to win this basketball game, they need to attack the paint, get to the free throw line, and force turnovers and rule the time of the possession. And so for Ball State right there, that's a beautiful defensive execution on their game plan.
Alba Caballero has her second foul. She is sent to the bench as UIC now back on the attack with Winter from the top of the key. Winter looks to find it to Carruthers from the right wing. Carruthers being double teamed. It's stolen away by Ashlyn Brook now. Brook gets an interception. She's on the far side. Left wing for three. Ashlyn Brook, three-pointer, and the Cardinals lead for the first time. Cards lead 15-13, 8:36 here in the second quarter. Flames looking to match the momentum that the Cardinals have brought with Magdalene Winter. Winter finds Carruthers to her right side. Carruthers to Serrano now from the left wing. Serrano drives her away from the right elbow. She tries to get a jumper. That one's missed because Tessa Towers fights for a rebound and she gets it. This is Georgia Garini across the timeline at the top of the key now. Garini, jumper. It is just off of the rim. Rebound, however, for the Cardinals. And Ashlyn Brook, but Tessa Towers trying to heave it to Ashlyn Brook. Brook has to walk over the timeline. This will lead to a turnover. So 15-13, 7:58 left here in the second as we see Carson Norman in for Georgia Garini.
For a position like that, Tessa Towers has to go with that basketball. And though she is a really good passer out of the post, her next level of ascension will have to take place in the fact that she needs to be more aggressive. Use your height and size to your advantage and really scoop up and capitalize off those garbage point opportunities.
Carruthers had a rebound, and the shot was missed. Cardinals have it going the other way. Tessa Towers blocked at the rim. UIC has it going the other way. The Flames going coast to coast now, finding it to Crystal Ortiz, as Ortiz will get a left wing three-pointer. That's her first basket of the ball game. Flames lead now 16-15. 7.5 minutes left here in the first half. This is Carson Norman. Norman finds Verabert. Verabert to Brooke. Left wing three off the iron. Rebound, however, for Zuri Ransom and the Ball State Cardinals. Zuri Ransom, a jumper from the Mac Shield. She will make it. So Cards retain the lead. Now they have a 17-16 lead with 7 minutes here in the second quarter. This is Jessica Carruthers now at the logo. One-on-one with Carson Norman. Hand off to Tutu Clayton. Clayton from the free throw line. Jumper from that right elbow. She tried to get a basket. She misses it. Rebound, however, for the Flames, and Carruthers, who slows down the pace. Carruthers at a standstill at the top of the key. Carruthers finds it to Tutu Clayton from the right wing. Clayton, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Long range jumper from that right wing. It goes in. So 19-17. Flames lead. 6:26 left here in the second. As Carson Norman now has it at the top of the key. Finds it to Tessa Towers. Towers, handoff Zuri Ransom. Ransom, right elbow. There's a jumper, and she will make it. We are tied 19 apiece. 6:13 here in the second. As UIC and Carruthers now running the point. She's right in front of that media table on the near side. Carruthers in transition finds Tutu Clayton. Right block three is good from that right corner. So Flames now lead 22-19. Under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Carson Norman has it on the near side. Norman one-on-one with Ortiz. Norman from the left wing. She tries to get a three. She cannot make it. Rebound for the Flames. They are going coast to coast with Crystal Ortiz. A jumper from the right side. That one is able to score. So that will make it 24-19, the advantage of UIC. 5:27 left here in the first half. Verabert has it now on the attack for the Cardinals. Verabert from the right wing finds it to Tessa Towers with the skip pass. Towers from that right elbow forces her way into the paint. She shoots. She scores. 24-21. Flames lead with 5:10 left here in this first half of action. Flames back on the attack with Carruthers one-on-one with Carson Norman. A pair of Hoosiers meeting face-to-face once again. Carruthers, screen set by Winter. Needs to look to an option in Clayton. Clayton from the right wing. Shot clock to 10. Under 5 minutes to play. Clayton gonna need to force her way for a shot. She's at the top of the key. Step back three with 2 seconds on the shot clock. That shot hits the back of the glass. The rebound for Tessa Towers. Cardinals have it going the other way now with 4:38 to go. Cardinals trail by 3, 24-21. Towers has it at the top of the key. Looks to her left. That is Ashlyn Brooke. Brooke finds Towers from the restricted zone. Towers will score. Towering over her opponents. Tessa Towers cuts the lead down to 1, 24-23. 4:20 left in the first half of action. Cardinals only trailing by 1. UIC on the attack now with Samantha Serrano. Serrano to her left, it's Carruthers. Carruthers top the key. Trying to be forcing 5 seconds are the Ball State Cardinals. Screen set by Winter. Carruthers with an awkward shot from that left corner. She's able to draw a foul from Carson Norman. Correction, we will give the foul to Ashlyn Brooke. Either way, that is the second foul of the Cardinals. This will lead us to a timeout. We will keep this here. Flames lead 24-23 with 4:03 left here in the second. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. This is a lot more back and forth than the first quarter of this game.
Oh, absolutely, Gillie. And Ball State is doing what they're supposed to do, right? Turning this team into a jump shooting team. The only thing is they're making their jump shots, right? And so we're seeing a lot of offensive game plan having almost shifted from IUC's typical scheme. When they want to attack the basketball, they're making step back threes, they're making elbow shots from the elbow, in the mid-range game. And so we're starting to see a shift in almost dynamic right here in Worthen. And now for Ball State, they played the game well to end the first quarter, and a little bit of the second quarter when they were applying a lot of pressure. They were making sure that they were getting into their sets. But right now we're starting to see that towards the end of the shot clock, though they're playing really good defense, UIC is just making their shots, and they're becoming a very good jump shooting team. While Ball State, they have gotten back to settling for threes again after those first two makes, by Gigi Guarini. And granted, yeah, she made those shots, but you're still not attacking the basket like you should have been. Now, there has been a little bit of life, obviously, in that comeback where you saw Zuri Ransom have a nice cut to the basket where she was able to get a couple of those jumpers going, and then she had a nice rebound that led to a close interior shot. And then on the other side, with Tessa Towers getting a beautiful cut to the basket as well as a nice roll and dish from her point guard right there. But right now, if you're Ball State, what you got to do is you got to pay a little bit more attention to the defensive end of the basketball, right? And I've noticed a couple things is when UIC's guards are coming off of those down screens and they want to get to that mid-range shot, you got to be able to hedge more aggressively. And that last foul right there where we saw Jessica Carruthers as she's about to go to the line after we come out of the break, Tessa Towers needs to step up and hedge, right? That was an unnecessary foul right there on number 10, Gigi Guarini, and it really wasn't the case, right? If Tessa steps up and she hedges hard, that jump shot is probably not even attempted, right? But now you're able to get the defender on her hip, and she's able to rise up and bait the ref into giving them that call. And so if you're Ball State, you got to realize that, yes, you're going to settle, you will be okay with turning them into a jump shooting team. But granted, they're hitting their shots now, okay? So now you got to hedge hard, especially in the mid-range game, because that's where they're trying to run their offense and cause a little bit of disruption. When you did that, you were able to see some turnovers occur because they weren't able to see over Tessa when she had her hands up high and when she was hedging hard. So that's going to have to be the defensive game plan for the rest of the evening.
For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos and SportsLink program information, you can find it at ballstatesportslink.com as we are back in the action with free throws being attempted by the UIC Flames. This is shot number 1. It will be up. It will be good for Jessica Carruthers, who comes into this game shooting 73% from the charity stripe. So this will be point number 5 for Carruthers. She gets one dribble, 2, 3, and here is the free throw attempt number 2. That is good. So Flames lead 26-23, 4:03 left in the second quarter. Cardinals have it on the attack now with Carson Norman. Norman stolen away by UIC. They're going to go coast to coast. And Julia Coleman, she swipes it from Carson Norman. She is able to go coast to coast, and she scores, making it 28-23. Cardinals caught sleeping there as Anissa Gaye made her way back into the game after the media timeout. Tessa Towers and the Ball State Cardinals are at the top of the key. Towers heaving it to Georgia Guarini, but it is stepped out of bounds by the Cardinals, so this will be Julia Coleman on the inbound.
Yeah, that's back-to-back turnovers for the Cardinals. And like you said, Ball State caught sleeping, and one of those Cardinals that was taking a nap right there was Carson Norman. And if you want to win this basketball game, she cannot be caught being lackadaisical with the basketball. That was her 4th time today, giving the basketball up and turning it over just like that. That cannot simply happen from your point guard.
Flames lead 28-23 as Coleman was trying to force her way to get a basket from that right block. She will miss. Cardinals have it going the other way. 3 minutes left in this first half of action. 5-point advantage for the Flames, and Tessa Towers fends it to Verbert. Verbert, top of the key, now to Zagaye to the right wing. Zagaye will not take a pull up, instead finds it to Tessa Towers. Tessa Towers from that left side, an awkward shooting motion, but it works. Cardinals trail by 3, 28-25. 2:40 left here in the first half. This is 2-2 Clayton. Clayton finds Carruthers on the near side. Carruthers one-on-one, looks to Coleman at the top of the key. Coleman to her right finds Winter. Winter looks back now to try and find an open flame. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's handed off to Zabrecki. Zabrecki to Winter. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Winter at the top of the key finds Carruthers. Carruthers cannot get the shot off in time. Shot clock violation, so we will give it back to the Cardinals. 28-25, 2:15
and
left.
Gillie,
here in the
that's
second.
exactly what we saw right there, what we needed for Ball State. You saw they hedge hard. They wanted to run that little pin down action across the free throw line, extended, and they did not allow it to happen. And now you see the shot clock violation for Ball State.
Cardinals now on the attack. Good defensive stop and good offensive point attempted from Tessa Towers, but the rebound goes the way of the Flames and Tutu Clayton. Clayton nearly picked off by Tagayi, finds it to Winter. Winter will travel right on the Cardinal logo, and that was obvious from up here in the left corner of this arena, so we will see the Cardinals and Zen Verbert on the inbound. It is 28-25. Flames lead by 3 with Carson Norman now at the top of the key. Carson Norman forces it to the left wing, has to heave it cross court to Tagayi. Tagayi finds it to Tessa Towers in the restricted zone. Towers will miss. Rebound for Winter. Flames have it going the other way. This is Jessica Carruthers on the near side. Carruthers finds it to Coleman. Coleman at the max shield. Spin move past Tagayi, and she shoots, she scores.
Beautiful drop step right there from Coleman. And again, you can't let these talented scorers get in the paint for UIC.
30-25. Under 90 seconds go here in the second. Tagayi tries to throw it to the left corner, and Carson Norman, she instead misses. It gets thrown out of bounds. So it will be back to UIC. They will inbound in front of their own bench as Carson Norman takes a seat, and Giorgia Guarini, the freshman from Italy, returns in for the Cardinals. 30-25, Flames lead with 1:10 left here in the second. As the Flames slowing down the pace with Carruthers in front of the scorer's table. Carruthers gets double teamed at the top of the key. Looks to her left and Coleman. Coleman will knock it the left wing shot, finds Clayton. Clayton at the right wing now. Flames are not forcing any shots off as Clayton now gets double teamed. Clayton, 6 seconds of the shot clock, forces a shot in the paint. The jumper misses. Tagayi will seal it. She's going the other way now. Tagayi across the timeline. She's at the left wing, finds Kingery, top of the key for 3. Grace Kingery lets Worthen make some noise. Flames lead 30-28. 33 seconds left here in the first half of action. Cardinals only trail by 2 as Tutu Clayton dribbling it at the logo.
And that was a big shot right there from Grace Kingery. She's been struggling this season to really kind of find her groove, but they're gonna need to lean on her tonight if they want to compete for this basketball game.
Tutu Clayton has 8 seconds on the shot clock. 7-6, Clayton right wing. Finds it to Winter. 4 seconds. 3, 2. Cardinals get a steal. Verbert has it going the other way. 4, 3, 2. The scoop and score at the buzzer. And we are tied at halftime. Cardinals and the UIC Flames tie this one up 30-30. And before we go to break, what an impressive display from the Cardinals with the last 10 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so funny, right? In those last 4 possessions, you see Ball State gives it up, and they give it to UIC, and then UIC gives it up, and then they give it up to Ball State, and they're able to score just like that. A 5-0 run to end the first half. And stylistically, like how we were talking about in the pregame, Gillie, that these two teams, they mirror each other very well. Now, coincidence? I probably think not. I think Coach Ashlyn Bracey has taken a couple of tools from Coach Sally's toolbox, but neither here nor there. You're starting to see both these teams mirror each other very well. Ball State comes in, they're at home, they're riding that undefeated high, and for lack of a better words, Gillie, they're used to being the bullies on the block. But one of my favorite basketball players, Zach Randolph, one of my favorite quotes that he said, bullies get bullied, where he's from, right? And I guess tonight we're starting to see the bully get bullied, right? UIC being very aggressive with Ball State coming into this basketball game. Tutu Clayton, an amazing half. She's playing incredible defense. Number 12, Julia Coleman, she's getting into that painted area, and she has incredible footwork as she's able to get that last drop step for UIC in their last points of the half over Anis Tagayi. And then another player, Jessica Carruthers, what a half she is having right now. 6 points. Granted, 2 for 5 from the field. It's not showing up, but her impact on the defensive end for your leading scorer to be that defensive anchor and to really get in that hip pocket of Carson Norman, arguably, especially for tonight, Ball State's best player, it's sending a lot of a great message that's going to be mostly positive if I'm UIC heading into the break.
So we are tied 30 apiece here in halftime. We will take a break as well. As we want to remind you, this broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sportsling and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com, VICTORY Muncie.com. We're tied up 30 apiece here. This will be the SL Digital halftime report after the break here at SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union. Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
You're listening to Ball State Basketball, streaming live with SportsLink Digital.
Now back to the arena.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena for Monday Night Hoops. It's the Ball State Cardinals taking on the UIC Flames. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. It's now time for the Victory Honda halftime report. We are tied 30 apiece And Zander, I want to focus now on some of the numbers. For UIC, 2-2 Clayton leads the way with 9 points. We see Julia Coleman with 8 points, and Jessica Carruthers only having 6 points, but she has had the majority of the basketball, it feels like, for UIC.
Oh, absolutely. And her impact on the defensive end of this game, though only shooting 2 for 5 in this half, it makes it feel like she's had her hands on the whole game for UIC, right? And that's just because of how much of a pest she has been for the Ball State guards. And her pressure, especially on ball, has been at times too much for them to even handle. And for the rest of UIC, when it comes down to it, they're shooting 4 for 11 from 3. And now if you're Ball State, it's kind of hard for you to look at them from the standpoint that you came into, and which was, and we've even talked about this a little bit coming into the game, was making them a jump shooting team. And as we mentioned on the broadcast, well, when they're making their shots, then what do you do? And so that is all a part of a greater scheme. And we're seeing that being played out where they're running their offensive sets free throw line extended, and they're making those shots, and you're playing good defense because we're seeing a lot of those three-point attempts either be wide open, and so somebody's late on rotation, or they're making a lot of shots that I like to call grenades, which are shots that are coming at the end of the shot clock. And so because of that, it seems like you need to cause a little bit of disruption for them to even get out of that set. Most of UIC's points have, if not of coming off of fast break and points off of turnovers, have come out of a set, in which we have seen, in which we noted, and towards the end of the first half, when Ball State got that 24-second violation on UIC, which was disrupting and through hard hedges. And so if I'm UIC, and if I'm Jessica Carruthers, and if I'm Tutu Clayton, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, which is keep making open shots for one, and then also attack the paint and attack that painted area, because they are such a strong basketball team at finishing at the rim and finishing close to the rim. And so if you're them, you're simply going to have to challenge those Ball State bigs. And granted, I know you and I have talked a lot about how far Tessa Towers has come as a basketball player. But if I'm UIC, I'm saying, listen, we're going to make her be a shot blocker. I'm going to get in her chest, and we're going to really challenge her defensively. We're going to put her in a lot of actions. We're going to make her tired. We're going to challenge her footwork. We're going to challenge her foot speed. Because though, as we mentioned, she has become a better player, one thing that her weakness is, she can be sometimes slow of foot, especially laterally. So working her, working the paint, and getting into that area and to score and really rely on our strengths, and then causing shooters to get open by peeling out due to our paint presence, that's going to be the recipe for victory if I'm UIC tonight.
So, of course, we are tied 30 apiece here in halftime. Wanted to remind you, as we look at the Ball State scores, it is Anise Tagayi leading the way with 8 points. She is 4 for 4 from the field. She has been very impressive. Tessa Tower has 6 points, 6 rebounds. She could be on double-double watch for the third time this season. Zuri Ransom has 4 points as well. Ashlyn Book 3 points. And then Zen Verver, making her first collegiate start, has a layup at the buzzer to cause the Cardinals to keep this one tied. And she is shooting 100% through the first 3 games. Now, she may only have 2 points today, but
Yeah.
still, she averages 9.5 points per game. She had 13 points against Arkansas State. How about that? 3 games shooting perfectly for the Belgian freshman.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, it is, granted, in low volume from beyond the arc. But, yes, she is a very capable and a very good three-point shooter. I'm not saying that to discredit her. I hope that message was not unclear. But, no, definitely, she's somebody that you would like to get the basketball to. And I think another element for Ball State's offense, right, is unlocking Grace Kingery. when we think of Grace, we think of her as such a dynamic scorer, and she's been that since she was in high school. She stepped in for moments last year as a freshman in limited playing time. She was almost the player that I think a lot of Ball State fans and spectators viewed as the next really good point guard or the next great Ball State scorer, right? And when we saw how effective she was in limited time, and I think now she's putting up the numbers, but in such low efficiency. And if we can get her unlocked, if we can find her groove offensively, that's going to take this team to a whole nother level. And now back into the actual game action of tonight, when we're seeing Zander, the freshman out of Belgium. She's a very smart player, and she knows how to really use her body well. And she's also a very good cutter off the basket. And I think that's another underrated part of her game, is where she's able to move without the basketball. She's able to find pretty relatively easy looks. Now, when it comes to the rest of the half, when we're looking at Ball State for their keys of winning, like I said, when we talked about how similar these teams are, like we said, both teams are within 2 points of each other when it comes to the points off of turnovers, but Ball State simply needs to be able to protect the basketball and also capitalize at the free throw line. Ball State typically a very good free throw shooting team, only shooting 4 free throws, and so that's another thing that they need to do is get to the free throw line. And the second thing is to be able to capitalize. Like we said, this is a very physical basketball team in UIC, and they're not going to give anything to you. And so because of that, you're going to have to get the easiest shots possible. And what's easier, Gillie, than a free shot? That being a free throw at the charity strike. And once you're able to start putting more pressure and start getting them into foul trouble, I think that's when you're going to start to see the Wolves pin their not have their ears pinned back as much and be so aggressive, chomping at the bit for a turnover and trying to get their hands on that basketball once you're able to get them in foul trouble. And I think that's going to take a little bit less pressure off of Carson Norman and the other decision makers for Ball State. And then another thing that I really liked coming out of the break was that they were running their offense at times through Tessa Towers. And I think the element of her game that not many people have talked about is her decision making. I think so many of us view her as this large presence down low, who's able to capitalize off of garbage point opportunities, putbacks, and also being a strong screen setter. But no, she has a strong basketball IQ, and I'm seeing that really unfold game after game. And I think they need to almost rely on her and also be able to even run their offense through her as a primary decision maker. And then another point that you made, Gillie, is when you brought up Anista Guy. And you've heard me rave about her. I think she's such a special player. And she's 4 for 4, 8 points. All that's come straight off of hustle and off-ball movement and her defensive activity, and she's getting out on the break and running. Nobody on this court will be able to catch her when she gets out in the open court, when she decides to put her head down and attack the basket. And so that's going to be another thing, and challenging her as well as Zuri Ransom to really apply a lot of pressure on some of these scorers for UIC, such as a Jessica Carruthers or Julia Coleman, and at least for this time being, a Tutu Caldwell. Clayton, I'm sorry.
That has been the Victory Honda halftime report. We are back in the action now. I want to remind you, for the best stories in Ball State sports and our latest videos and SportsLink program information, you can find it at ballstatesportslink.com. The inbound is here for the Flames, and we are back, tied 30 apiece as we start the third quarter. Matt Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. Flames going now from left to right, metaphorically on your radio, as Jessica Carruthers gets her first shot. She is good with the mid-range jumper from the left side. So 32-30, Flames lead as Carson Norman and the Ball State Cardinals on the attack. It was a handoff from Norman to Grace Kingery, and as Grace Kingery was trying to get a dribble, there was some contact by Tutu Clayton and the UIC Flames. That will be the first foul of the third quarter. With the clock at 9:32, Flames lead 32-30. Cards on the attack with Tessa Towers getting double teamed from the left block. She scores to tie it up 32 apiece.
Beautiful, beautiful positioning right there by Tessa Towers, and I like how aggressive she wasn't. Indecisive. The moment she caught that basketball, she knew she was going to go up and score.
2-2 Clayton heaving it to Coleman on the left wing. Now finds it to Carruthers. From that left corner, she transitions to the left wing. Carruthers one-on-one with pressure from Grace Kingery. Carruthers, left elbow, shot is missed. She had to force a shot with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Rebound for Carson Norman and the Ball State Cardinals. Norman drives her way coast to coast. She misses the rebound, however, for Tessa Towers with a nice putback. She has scored 4 points for the Cardinals here in the third as they lead 34-32 with 8:40 left in the third quarter. Jessica Carruthers running the point now for the Flames. Kicks out to her left, and Winter to Carruthers, now at the top of the key. Carruthers getting double teamed. Needs to find an option in Coleman. Coleman now double teamed from that right block. Coleman finds it to Winter. Winter has to give all of her height to be able to fight through 2 Cardinals. She gets fouled on the basket, so an and one opportunity for the Flames as we were tied 34 apiece, 8:22 here in the third.
That was a beautiful drop motion right there, written up by head coach, head coach Ashleen Bracey right there, getting a lot of her players moving around the paint, right? And that's what we're talking about at the break, that free throw line extended motions and cutters. Though it seemed bottled up right there, of course we're able to see Winter break free and get a beautiful drop layup right there on Tessa Towers. And like we said, they're going to be trying to challenge Tessa Towers and turn her into a shot blocker and really go at her to really get her out this ball game.
Magdalena Winter with the and one opportunity. She will make it. Cardinals have it going the other way. Tessa Towers was on that left corner in a one-on-one 2-2 Clayton. Clayton throws it out of bounds, so it will be Ball State basketball underneath their hoop as they are on the near side, right in front of Code Red with Carson Norman set to inbound with 8:06 to go in the third. Cardinals lead 35-34. Norman has it at the left wing now. She has pressure from Clayton at the top of the key. Looks to her right in Anissa Gaye, who has been a perfect 4 for 4 in today's game so far. Carson Norman now back with 5 seconds on the shot clock. She gets fouled at that left block as she was trying to drive her way in through the left lane. This will be 2 shots off of the block from UIC. We give that foul to 2-2 Clayton. Her second, team's second. Clock stops with 7:50 to go in the third. Flames lead 35-34. 2 shots attempted now for Carson Norman, who came into this game with an 83% free throw percentage as she did not make the first. So this will be Carson Norman now. The shot is up. That one is good. She's 1 for 2 from the line, but she gives the Cardinals the ability to tie this one up. 35 apiece, 7:46 to go in the third. UIC on the attack now with Carruthers at the Cardinal beak there at midfield. Finds it to Winter from the right wing. Winter back to Carruthers now at the top of the key. Carruthers getting double teamed, has to look for an option. That option was Zabrecki, but it will end up going out of bounds. Last touch by the Flames. So the Cardinals will inbound in front of their own student section. They are going from right to left now with Carson Norman on the restart.
And that was a really good play defensively by Carson Norman right there. She stuck right there with her assignment, and she didn't let her get into the painted area.
Tagayi had a jumper from the free throw line. She misses. Rebound for Tessa Towers. Towers will be fouled. So the clock stops with 7:15 here in the third. Give that foul to Sarah Zabrecki, her second, team's third. And the Cardinals will inbound now on their own basket as this is to Verber. Verber, she gets intercepted by Coleman. Coleman will go coast to coast. She drives her way through the lane and scores. 37-35, Flames lead off of the steal from Coleman. And this sends now Carson Norman at the left wing. Looks for an option inside the paint. That was Verber. Stolen away once again by Coleman. Coleman finds Carruthers. Carruthers heaves it to 2-2 Clayton. Left wing 3 attempted by Winter. And that one is missed. Fight for the rebound. It goes the way of the Cardinal with Tessa Towers heaving it to Anise Tagayi. Tagayi now goes coast to coast. Heaves to Tessa Towers from the left block. She shoots. She scores. 37 all. Tessa Towers gets her 12th point of the ball game as 2-2 playing, and the Flames now back on the attack. As this is Carruthers from that right wing. Carruthers pressure from Tessa Towers. She drives her way inside the paint, does Carruthers. Before there will be a shot, there is a hold and a foul. So we will stop the clock with 6:20 here in the third. It is 37 all. And the foul given to Carson Norman, her first, Cardinals second, as Ashlyn Brook and Zuri Ransom will re-enter. Tessa Towers will exit for the Cardinals, as will Zen Verberts. So we have 37 all, 6:20 to go here in the third. It was not a shooting foul, so the Flames will inbound. The inbound to Coleman. Coleman finds it to Carruthers. Carruthers now getting double teamed. Carruthers drives her way to Coleman. Coleman, long range jumper from that right wing. It is missed. And it will be back to Ball State basketball. So 6:09 here in the third. We are tied 37 all between the UIC Flames and the Ball State Cardinals, as the Cardinals are back on the attack now. This is Carson Norman. Norman being double teamed at the Cardinal head. She makes it across the timeline, heaving it to Ransom from the right wing. Ransom will not force a shot off. She does have time to give. Carson Norman finds Caballero. Caballero from the right wing to Tagayi. Tagayi, one-on-one, finds it to Alba Caballero, as there's a foul from Coleman, as Caballero is trying to get a spin move inside the restricted zone. So this will be a foul given to Jessica Carruthers, her first, team's fourth, with 5:46 in the third. We remain tied 37 apiece, with Alba Caballero now set to shoot a pair. She shoots 67% on the year, does Caballero, a freshman from Spain. The first one is missed. So we remain 37 all, 5:46 in the third. Here's free throw number 2 now for Alba Caballero. Bounce 1, 2, release, fires, makes it. Caballero goes 1 for 2 and gives the Cardinals the lead, 38-37, 5:46 to go in the third. Flames on the rebound now with Samantha Serrano. Serrano with the give to Coleman across the timeline. Now to Serrano on the near side. Passes it to her left and finds Carruthers. She is on the Cardinal beak at the logo. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Carruthers. Carruthers one-on-one with Carson Norman. Has to find Serrano. Serrano, right wing 3 is missed. Rebound for the Cardinals. They have it going the other way now with 5:20 to go in the third. Card total 1 point advantage, 38-37. The jumper from that left elbow by Carson Norman is missed. Rebound for the Flames, and Carruthers now has it. Back for the Flames, kicking out to her left is Coleman. Coleman finds it to Winter. Coleman back to Winter now from the free throw line. Now handing off to Serrano at the top of the key. Serrano heaves to Winter inside the paint. Cardinals trying to get a turnover forced, and this will lead us to the media timeout. 38-37, Cardinals lead by 1 with 4:57 to go here in the third. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. We will keep it here. All right, Zander. This has been a whole lot of back and forth early in this third quarter.
Oh, absolutely. How electric has this game been? The first 4 minutes, we already see both teams combining for 14 points when they were at the 6-minute mark, right? And right now, we're just seeing a lot of scoring output and very little defense. And I think a lot of these teams, for both of these teams, right, on the defensive end, most of their points have gone off of errors defensively, as far as late rotations or too early rotations, right? For Ball State, and not to point anything out, but Alba Carrera on those last 2 possessions, she was late, and Carson Norman actually had to was forced essentially to come down and to take that pass away right there, because if not, that would have been simply just an easy basket right there for number 14. Or excuse me, number 16, Magdalena Winter. And so right now, if you're Ball State, you got to be able to tighten up those rotations on the defensive end, and you have to be able to communicate a lot better. Because honestly, like we said, this game is going to be intellectual warfare between these 2 coaches. They know each other, and they know each other extremely well. So a lot of the same actions and a lot of the same defensive settings, they're used to it. shoot, they're probably seeing it in practice, honestly. And so right now, when it comes down to a game like this, it's simply going to be whoever the more physical team is, whoever's going to dominate the glass, is more likely than not going to come out with the winning outcome of this game. And if you're keeping track of rebounds for both teams at this point in time, coming into the second half, Ball State, they're winning this rebound differential. So keep an eye on that one going the rest of the way.
Cards lead 38-37 here in the third period with 4:57 to go in the third. We are in the media timeout, which is a great time to remind you that this broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie or visit victorymuncie.com. Got a couple games happening around the MAC. Your out-of-town scoreboard sees Chicago State leading at NIU 28-16 with 4:37 left in the second. Still plenty of time to go in the media timeout. Of course, Ball State having the advantage over UIC 38-37 here from Worthen Arena. Then we have Xavier at Akron with Xavier leading 57-45 with 6:16 left in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, in the Valley, we saw Belmont taking on Ohio State in the Bahamas earlier today. This morning, a 68-56 win for the Buckeyes over Belmont in that tournament. That must be fun getting to be in the Bahamas right now.
Oh,
meanwhile, Indiana State with a 102-50 win against St. Mary of the Woods College in Terre Haute. But, I mean, the weather hasn't been too bad this week in Muncie, but I don't think you can find much better weather than in the Bahamas right now.
Oh, no. There's a lot of things that I would much rather not do than opposed to sitting in the nice sandy beaches of the Bahamas. Beautiful weather, beautiful culture, and you know, even more beautiful scenery too.
So Cardinal fans are happy with the action right now. They lead 38-37 here with 4:54 in the third, but the inbound for the Flames looks to change that with Sarah Serrano from the right elbow. She misses her jumper. So Cardinals have it going the other way with 4:44 left in the third. Cardinals lead by one as Zuri Ransom hands it off to Denise Tagayi. Tagayi finds Alba Caballero at the logo. Caballero with the jumper to Grace Kingery from the free throw line. Kingery misses. Rebound for Carruthers. And the Flames have it going the other way now. Carruthers with pressure from Guarini. Carruthers needs to find an option. She's at the left wing. Pressure from two Cardinals. Has to force it to Winter. There's a tie-up between Winter and Zuri Ransom. It won't be a jump ball. Instead, it will be a foul. We'll get that foul to Zuri Ransom.
Yeah, no, and for Zuri Ransom, you rotate it perfectly on time. There's no need to swipe down at the basketball. Just take the charge and you're going the other way. Now you're sending Winter to the free throw line with an opportunity to tie or even take the lead. Just not smart basketball IQ right there.
Officials having a conversation, and it looks like they will instead potentially look to review this. So it's 38-37, 4:16 to go here in the third. Brady Sally wants an explanation from our officials. We will head to review, and this means we will keep it here with 4:16 to go here in the third. 38-37, Cards lead by one. Right now what they're reviewing is probably what they called Zuri Ransom on. Yeah, I would think so. It didn't seem like it would need to be flagrant, but ultimately the officials will have a better view with all the replay angles courtesy of our friends at Chirp Vision producing tonight's ESPN Plus broadcast. So they are the ones who have all the replay angles. We are so thankful you joined us here on SL Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Right now, as we wait for the review, the Cardinal faithful being entertained with the logo shuffle on the Jumbotron right now, a brand new thing for the Cardinals this season, where they have put a Cardinal head logo in 3 orbs, and the fans have to guess which one it is.
You know, Max, I've never gotten this right. I'm going to leave this in your hands. I want you to tell me which ball is it in.
It looks like it'll be a number 2 right now, down in the middle, because That was the only one left, so it is indeed in number 2. So the official still in the middle of this review, but the Cardinal fans very entertained by the Cardinal head shuffle. They make it difficult sometimes, for sure.
Oh, no, they know what they're doing. They don't want you to win. Max, you should know better than that. I know you've gone to a couple carnivals yourselves, so let's just say it might not be the most friendly to the spectator or to the one actually paying for it.
So this broadcast is produced by the students of All-State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalligan and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. Our officials have come to a decision. They are going to let the radio and television announcers know what's going on down on the court. We are actually in the stands, if you've never been to Worthen Arena, in the top left corner, which means they cannot get up there to us to give an explanation, so we'll wait to hear it at the same time as everyone else here in Worthen Arena. So again, 4:16 here in the third, 38-37. Cards lead by 1. We await the decision from our officials. And we thank you for joining us. You know, you stay for the carnival content that we were discussing during this timeout. You didn't just come here for basketball, right? No.
No, absolutely not. We come to be entertained in person and through the airwaves. Isn't that right, Gillie?
That's 100% correct there. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you as decision was made, and we are still waiting as both coaches having a long conversation with their teams. Timeout was taken by the Cardinals here, so they have 3 timeouts left. The Flames still have all 4 of their timeouts, and in a close ball game like this one, that's going to be really helpful late in this game, having all those timeouts.
Oh, absolutely. When it comes down to these possession or these single possession basketball games, not only does every possession matter, every second matters, and every opportunity taken at the rim matters as well. So as we see right now, not deemed flagrant action, and play will continue.
And I will not be shooting the free throws as well. So the inbound by the Flames hands it off to Zabrecki at the top of the key with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Zabrecki finds Carruthers. 4 seconds, 3, jumper from Carruthers. That one is missed. Cardinals have it going the other way now with Anise Tagayi and handing it off to Georgia Garini at the logo. Now to Tagayi on the right wing. Tagayi finds Kingery at the top of the key. To her left, it's Garino. That's Gigi Garino to Alba Caballero now. Caballero to Zen Verber. So a all-international lineup for the Ball State Cardinals as Verber takes the three-pointer. She will miss that one. Her shooting streak of being perfect has been snapped as Grace Kingery from the left wing for 3. Grace Kingery, a 3-point play, and a timeout will be taken. We will take 1-2. Cardinals lead 41-37. You're listening to SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
You're listening to Ball State Basketball, streaming live with SportsLink Digital.
Now back to the arena.
After the quick 30-second timeout, we are back here at Worthen Arena. 41-37, Cardinals lead the UIC Flames with 3:25 to go here in the third. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. It will be the UIC Flames and Julia Coleman set to inbound as we were waiting to see a substitution. Coleman has to take a seat now, so we will get to see Crystal Ortiz return, the graduate from Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Spent time at Southern Alabama, as well as University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma and Eastern Oklahoma State College. So this is stop number 4 now for Ortiz, who's set to inbound. Cards want to cost 5 seconds. They won't get the call that time by as Ortiz finds it to Carruthers. Carruthers going coast to coast. She takes it all by herself, and she will have a foul drawn. And it looks like they're going to give that call there to Alba Caballero, it will be 2 shots.
And that's another late rotation by Alba. All you have to do right there, you see her running down the court with a full head of steam. Not sure why you're then going to hesitate right there on that rotation. You got to be able to stand firm, and if you're going to stand in the paint with your hands up, don't shift your feet late into her shot. And so that's going to be an easy call for the foul, even with minimal contact. If you're going to try to keep your hands up, step in front of her, keep your hands up, or take a charge.
Brothers will make her first free throw. Here's free throw number 2 now for the NAIA Player of the Year. Second free throw is up. Second free throw is good. So it's 41-39. Cardinals lead by 2 with 3:17 left here in the third. Cardinals back on the attack with Georgia Garini. Garini finds it to Kingery at the top of the key. To her left, that's Verbert. Verbert finds it to Gaia. Gaia now to Caballero. As the Cardinals going around the horn, it's handed off to Garini now, who was driving her way from the left block. She gets the nice flick off the glass and scores. So 43-39, 2:52 here in the third as UIC back on the attack with Carruthers slowing down the pace. Carruthers finds it to Coleman. Coleman now to Clayton. Clayton left wing drives her way with some pressure from Tagayi. She's on the far side, has to get it back to Carruthers with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Carruthers forces a shot off. It slides off of the glass, and it's back in the hands of the Cardinals now. Cardinals with Caballero from the right wing. She has to look for an option in Kingery. Kingery right wing for 3. Grace Kingery, another big-time three-pointer for the sophomore. And Cardinals lead 46-39. Flames back on the attack with 2:10 to go here in the third. This is Serrano at the top of the key. Serrano will drive her way inside. She will get fouled.
And with that shot by Grace Kingery, we talked about this at the break. That's going to be the dividends in a game like this. If you're able to make big shots like that, which we know she is more than capable of hitting, that's going to be the separator in this game. And it's all been tied to her consistency in her play. We know she can score in bunches. We know she's able to hit threes off the dribble and coming off of screens and actions. It's just about how consistent can she do it. And right now, she's 2 for her last 2 3-point attempts. And if she gets hot, that's probably the wrong person you want to see with the basketball coming down the stretch.
First free throw is missed by Serrano. Fans chanting tater tots for 2 missed free throws. They will not get their tots this time as Serrano makes the second. 46-40. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Cardinals back on the attack with Garini. Garini blocked by Marissa Green.
But you see that Gillie not afraid to attack the basket. You know, Gigi, she sometimes can fall in love with the 3. But right there, we see beautiful patience by her to lull the defender to sleep, and she's able to use her body, as she's not the quickest, but she knows how to use her body to really snake her way through the defense and get to the cup. And now we see her right now at the line for 2, and that's going to be, with that miss right there, but just even getting to the free throw line, that's going to be important for this Ball State team, especially when, like we've said already, they're not giving you anything easy. So why don't you make it easy for yourself with something that's free?
Winnie goes 0 for 2 from beyond the charity stripe. 46-40, 1:51 to go in the third. Cardinals up by 6, make it 8. Zander drives her away from the right block, gets a jumper and scores. 48-40, 1:40 left here in the third. 8-point advantage now for the Ball State Cardinals. UIC back on the attack with Serrano. Serrano, pressure from Verbert. Serrano with the push off from Verbert. Before she can get any shot off, there will be a shooting foul, and we should see Zen Verbert get tagged with the foul. And that is indeed the result from our officials. So this will send now Samantha Serrano back to the line. 48-40, 1:33 to go here in the third. That's Serrano attempting 2 free throws. Serrano bounce 1, 2. Here's the release. She fires. She's good. 48-41, just over 90 seconds to go here in the third. Free throw number 2 now being attempted by Nanuet, New York's Samantha Serrano. Her second one is good. She goes 2 for 2. This trip by, and it's now a 6-point advantage for the Cardinals. 48-42, 90 seconds left here in the third. Guarini has to take it across the timeline, heaves it to Caballero at the left wing. Caballero sets a screen, gives it to Kingery. Kingery will not make the shot. Alba Caballero tries to get the rebound. It's last touched by the Flames. So we'll be back to Cardinals basketball on the inbound with Guarini, the Italian, set to serve. Meanwhile, Julia Coleman returns in for Crystal Ortiz. This could be a good thing for UIC down late with 80 seconds to go, having Coleman return.
Coleman on the floor is a big game changer for UIC. She's almost like a free safety back there, always lurking, just ready to jump a passing lane at any given moment.
So we talked about Coleman returning. She instantly gets fouled with a push-off on the inbound pass to Verbert. So this will send Verbert to the line now. And Zen Verbert, her first free throw was up, and that has been missed. And in a very close game, the conversation between Coach Sally and his Cardinals may be, hey, we have to make these free throws.
Yeah, right now shooting just under 40% from the free throw line. This is not a usual Ball State women's basketball shooting performance, especially at home when you have that opportunity for you. This is typically a very solid jump shooting as well as a solid free throw shooting team. So if you're Coach Sally, the message needs to be clear and concise that, hey, let's mentally lock in and knock down the shots that are easiest when given the opportunity.
Free throw number 2 is good. 49-42. About a minute to play here in the third. 2-2 Clayton on the restart. Bounce pass to Winter. Winter at the top of the key. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 5. Winter heaves it to Zabrecki. 3, 2, 1. Cardinals lock down the defense. A second shot clock violation in this one. And UIC was just caught standing. Good defense from the Ball State Cardinals.
Hey, Gillie, like we've said, hard hedges make hard offensive possessions. And when there's hard offensive possessions, it's going to be pretty hard scoring to come by, especially for UIC, which a lot of their scoring throughout this basketball game has come within the final 7 to 4 seconds of the shot clock. And that can't be a recipe for scoring, especially if you're looking for a consistent offensive output.
Cardinals on the inbound with 40 seconds to go. Alba Caballero from the left wing, she misses. Rebound for Winter. 4 seconds the difference between shot clock and game clock here in the third. Cardinals lead 49-42. 2-2 Clayton has it at the Cardinal head. She slows down the pace with 20 seconds to go on that shot clock. So UIC expecting to take only one more shot, as again the Flames trail 49-42. Now 13 seconds to go. Shot clock down to 8. Clayton from the left wing. There's a block in charge argument there between the Ball State Cardinals and the UIC Flames. Ultimately, the officials give a third foul to Zen Verbert. They say that was a block. And with 10 seconds to go here in the third, it will be the Flames having the opportunity to shoot a pair as Verbert takes his seat and Zuri Ransom enters in. Now, even though Verbert had been doing well in the first half, she struggled here in the second, and they're bringing in Zuri Ransom, who has been really good defensively, as 2 free throws being attempted by Zabrecki. First one is up, first one is good.
Yeah, and right there, Verbert not liking that call, but for us watching and quite frankly everybody in the arena, it was clear in that position you cannot impede their motion. And also when it comes so late in the shot clock like that, you don't want to give any extra points to them, and that just wasn't a smart play.
Second free throw is made. Cardinals have 3 seconds. 2-1. Guarini tries to force a shot off. She will not make it. So we end the third period 49-44. It's down to 5 points as the Cardinals lead 49-44. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, fourth quarter action on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different. Today we
Behind
have
every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Hadassah Harris with CBS's WLFI 18, a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
Thank you so much, Dasso. Welcome back to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda Muncie. Matt Sealy, Zander Woods here with you. Cardinals lead 49-44 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Real quick, what was Coach Sally's message to his team?
Well, if I'm Ball State and if I'm Coach Sally, I'm saying, listen, we make free throws. This is a double-digit ball game, right? This is very uncharacteristic for his teams. They typically shoot from the charity strike a very high percent. And so if I'm Coach Sally in this situation, I'm saying, listen, we got to lock in and make sure that we're not making the game harder for us than what it needs to be.
Cardinals on the inbound, gets it stolen away by Sarah Serrano. Serrano will miss that one. She gives the rebound, however, to Carruthers at the top key. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. Flames back on the attack now, and with double team first. Carruthers needs to find an option to Coleman from the left wing. Back to Carruthers, top the key. Shot clock under 10 seconds to go. Clayton, right corner three, that is missed. She gets her own rebound, forces her way to the paint, gets a nice little jumper and scores. 49-46, Cards lead by 3 and 9:13 here in the fourth. See what Carson Norman and the Cardinals can do this time on offense. Carson Norman at the Cardinal head. She drives inside, looks to Tagayi, pressure from two. Flames has to find an option. That option is Alba Caballero, who is wide left on the jumper from the three-point line. She will miss, and we will get a stoppage in play, as it will be the inbound for Coleman. We're back in the action after the short delay, as Tutu Clayton now on the attack for the Flames, who cross the timeline just right now with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Coleman finds it back to Clayton. Coleman to Carruthers. Carruthers, jumper from the left elbow is missed. Rebound for the Ball State Cardinals, courtesy of Grace Kingery, who hands it out to Carson Norman. Norman driving coast to coast. Inside the paint, stolen away by Carruthers. Turnover after turnover has been the death of Ball State so far. Carruthers spin move inside the paint. Step back jumper is missed. Fight for the rebound. It goes the way of the Flames and Serrano. So Serrano on the right wing looks to her left. Around the horn, finds it in the hands of Clayton now. 10 seconds on the shot clock for 2-2 Clayton. Jumper from the left wing. It is off the glass. However, UIC gets the rebound. Carson Norman was slow to get up. She is back, though. So we see Coleman now inside the paint. Spin move across from Missouri Ransom. The spin move scores, this time by 49-48. Cardinals lead by 1 with 7:44 left in this ball game. A 1-point advantage for Ball State as Norman now has to look for an option in Ransom. Ransom, the left corner, does not elect to take a three, instead spins inside that right lane and misses. Rebound by the Flames and Serrano. So Serrano has to go coast to coast, finds Clayton. Left corner three, it is good. And the Flames lead 51-49. So the Flames get their first lead here of the fourth. Meanwhile, Carson Norman now on the offense for Ball State. Finds it to Grace Kingery. Left wing three off the iron. Rebound for the Flames and Clayton. Clayton heaves it to Coleman. Coleman can't get her hands on it. She steps out of bounds. It should be back to Ball State. So 51-49. A pair of subs re-enter for Ball State. Caballero and Ransom will exit. Tessa Towers and Zen Verbert will re-enter. And it should be Cardinals on the inbound as Serrano will exit. And Sarah Zabrecki from Munster, Indiana will enter. Cardinals will indeed have the rebound in front of the band and the cheerleaders with Zen Verbert. Verbert inbound on the Cardinal L to Carson Norman. Norman across the timeline now. Looks to find an option to her right. That's Verbert. Verbert drives her way inside the arc. Finds it to Grace Kingery in the restricted zone. She tries to get the right-handed scoop and score. She instead will draw a foul. And this will be 2 shots for Grace Kingery. 51-49. Foul given to Magdalena Winter, her second, team's first of the fourth. It will send Grace Kingery to the line for a pair.
Right, and this is the way to slow or at least stop this run from continuing from UIC, a 9-0 run. And if you want to get back into this ball game, the free throw line is the way to do it. The stoppage of play, giving Ball State time to regroup and catch their breath and try to withstand and even withhold this UIC run.
Grace Kingery, she makes both of her free throws. We are tied 51 apiece with 6:38 here in this ball game. This is to Carruthers now on the attack for the Flames. Carruthers to her left is Coleman. Coleman with 12 seconds on the shot clock finds Carruthers at the top of the key. Carruthers down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Cards look to force a third shot clock violation. There's the pass to Winter. 1 second on the shot clock. It's stolen away by Verbert. Cardinals have it going the other way with Carson Norman now on the near side. He's to Tessa Towers. Tessa Towers double teamed in the restricted zone. She tried to get a quick spin move. She instead will be fouled. So this will send Towers to the line, who Tessa Towers, we have just been so very impressed by her this season, but especially today. She has 12 points, and she shoots a pair, trying to get the Cardinals back to lead. We are tied 51 apiece, 6:11 to go here in the fourth. Towers, free throw number 1 is up. Free throw number 1 hits the iron, so that one will be missed. Towers, a 50% free throw shooter this season. See attempt number 2. Can she give the lead back to the Cardinals? Yes, she can. 52-51, Cardinals lead with 6:11 to go in this ball game. Serrano across the timeline to Carruthers. Carruthers heaves it to Clayton. Clayton drives her way inside the paint, and a UIC Flame is down before she can get the shot off. This will lead to an injury timeout. We will take one as well. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda Muncie. Cardinals lead 52-51 with 6:02 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Ball State Basketball, streaming live with SportsLink Digital.
Now back to the arena.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It's the Ball State Cardinals and the UIC Flames. That's the Ball State Cardinals lead 52-51 here with 6:02 left in the fourth. It is a one-point advantage for Ball State. Max Gillie, Santa Woods here with you. The injured Flame was Jessica Carruthers. We will get back to the action momentarily. The inbound for the Flames sees Tutu Clayton have the rock now, heaving it to Serrano at the top of the key. Serrano to Winter, back to Serrano now at the left wing. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Serrano. She gets double teamed, fights through pressure, and she is able to score. 53-52, 5:40 left here in the fourth. And there's a whistle for a stoppage, and probably a player getting a little too handsy, leading to a foul. We will wait to see who the call is given to. The officials have a meeting of the minds. They go to the scorer's table now. And it will not be a foul. Looked like instead a maybe 10-second violation. So sends it back in the action now with the Ball State Cardinals on the attack. 53-52, 5:30 left in this ball game. Cards lead, or rather trail by one. As Carson Norman finds Tessa Tower. Spin move from the left block is missed. Flames have it going the other way now. This is Tutu Clayton. Clayton on the far side. She makes her way across the timeline. Handoff to Serrano at the left wing. Serrano drives her way inside the paint. The right-handed scoop and miss as Serrano will be fouled. Stopping the clock with 5:15 to go here in the fourth, and a foul given to Carson Norman. Norman's second. This will be the Cardinals' the first foul of the fourth.
Serrano only shooting 1 for 6 in this game, but she is still playing very aggressive as it comes to her driving to the basket, and that's really what you need right now. If you're UIC, you want to make sure that you're getting to the basket and not afraid to take it to Ball State to try to get those bigs out of the game.
Serrano 1 for 2 from the line, increases the lead. 54-52, Flames lead with 5 minutes left in this game. Grace Kingery now has it across the timeline, finds it to Norman. Norman top the key to her right. It's back to Kingery. Kingery with pressure from Clayton has to find Tessa Towers. Tessa Towers trying to get the ball for the rebound. It is stolen away, however, by the Flames. So 4:48 left in this ball game. Flames lead by 2. Clayton on the attack now for UIC. UIC getting triple teamed in the restricted zone. Does not matter. Clayton is able to score 56-52. 16 points for Tutu Clayton. That is a career high for the sophomore out of St. Louis. As Grace Kingery attempts a jumper from the right wing, and she is good. 56-54. Flames lead by 2 with 4:20 left in this ball game. UIC back on the attack. This is Coleman. Coleman finds Serrano. Serrano with pressure on the far side. Tries to force her way past Herbert. She will score. 58-54. 4:08 to go. Anis Tagayi now has it from the right wing. Anis Tagayi needs to find an option in Verbert. Verbert with some pressure from UIC. She is double teamed, fights through the pressure. She will be fouled by Winter as she was trying to drive through the near lane and get a nice little Euro, but instead she will draw the foul. So we will give that foul to Winter. That will be her third, team's third. After the media timeout, we will take 1-2. It's 58-54. UIC leads the Ball State Cardinals with 3:58 left in this ball game. After the media timeout here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda, Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. It is Ball State versus UIC women's basketball for some Monday Night Hoops as the Flames lead 58-54 with 3:58 left in this ball game. This is the media timeout. We will keep it here for the rest of this broadcast. For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, you can be finding it at ballstatesportslink.com. All right, Zander, as we get ready to head back, if you are Brady Sally, you're down by 4. What's your message to your squad?
Well, my message, if I'm Coach Sally, I'm saying we're not going away from Tessa Towers. I know she missed 2 bunnies, and quite frankly, they were easy ones at the rim. But honestly, she's probably been your most consistent source of offense tonight, right? She currently, as of right now, she's leading your team in scoring, or at least tied with it with Grace Kingery. But just off the fact that she's going to be shooting so close within the paint, I'm probably going to be looking towards her. And if not, I'm trusting her ability to make the smart decision and the right basketball decision to free up a cutter or to feed it to the hot hand.
So coming out of the break, it is 2 free throws being attempted by Zander Verbert. She will make the first. Shot number 2 is up. Shot number 2 is good. UIC leads 58-56 with 3:58 left in this ball game. Let's see what the Flames can do this time by out of the timeout. Serrano on the offense now for the Flames. She is being pressured by Grace Kingery on the far side. Serrano needs to look for an option. That option is Clayton. Clayton right past the eyebrow of Charlie Cardinal. Has to be double teamed inside the paint. Looks to find it to Coleman from the left wing. Coleman jumper from the shield. It's missed with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Cardinals have it going the other way now. This is Anise Tagayi. Tagayi looks to her right. That is then Verber. Verber finds Tessa Towers. Spin move in the paint. She will miss that one. That's not what Zander was wanting to see from her.
Yeah, no. And again, you still have to keep going towards her. But if I'm Tessa Towers, you got to lock in right there. These are shots that you are supposed to make, and quite frankly, you're good enough to make.
So Serrano misses the inbound as we are back in the action, and there's the made shot by Tessa Towers from that left elbow. We have tied this ball game up 58 all with 2:50 left in this ball game. 15 points for Tessa Towers in what has been another great day for Tessa Towers. Clayton with the bounce pass to Winter on the left side. Winter now needs to find an option. That option is Coleman with a lot of pressure from Verber. Coleman still is able to get past and score. 60-58, 2:30 left in this ball game. Carson Norman on the attack now for Ball State. Norman, one-on-one pressure. She scores. Carson Norman going coast to coast. She makes it tied 60 apiece. 2:17 left in the game. Somebody's going to need to take over.
No better time for Norman right there to score her first field goal of the game. Hopefully that leads to a spark for the Cardinals.
Spin move by Coleman. She will have some contact there in the basket. So 2:05 left. The clock has been stopped. And the officials instead deemed that there were too many steps for a travel. So we will instead see Ball State on the inbound. This is exactly what the Cardinals need. With 2:05 left in this ball game, we are tied 60 apiece. And a timeout will be taken by UIC. We will keep this here. As we mentioned, we will keep it here for the rest of this game, barring any of extra time. As 2:05 left in this ball game, 60 apiece. Max Gillie, Zander Woods here with you. Timeout being taken. And I want to focus now on UIC. They've been having the lead late in this fourth quarter. What is Ashleen Bracey discussing with her squad?
Don't be afraid to keep attacking the paint. And that's been working all night, right? Challenge Ball State's interior defense to put, pressure on you offensively. Get in their chest and don't be afraid to finish amongst the trees like a Tessa Tower, like a Verber. Even though she's not known to be a shot blocker, she still is their big. She's still down low on the block. And if I'm Coach Ashleen Bracey, we're going to keep going to that. Another thing, I'm going to keep going to Coleman. I'm going to keep going to Serrano. They have been working. Their speed has been at times too much to handle for Ball State. And if I'm Coach Bracey, I'm going to keep going to that recipe every time because it's leading to free throw attempts and field goals made down low on the block.
Herbert on the inbound finds Norman. Back to Verber at the top of the key. She's now moved to the left wing, and it's intercepted by Serrano. Serrano going coast to coast for UIC. She has to go through a pair of Cardinals. She will miss. Rebound by Verber. 1:45 left in the tie ball game. 60 apiece. Tessa Towers in there. Stick to Jones. She will score, and Worthen Arena has become unglued. It's the Tessa Towers show.
You got to keep going to her. You got to keep going to her, Gillie.
90 seconds to play. Cards lead 62-60. This is Clayton on the near side. Hand off to Serrano from that right wing. Serrano with pressure from Carson Norman. Serrano drives away inside the paint. And the and one opportunity for Serrano. So the basket is good, 62 all. That's Samantha Serrano's 10th point, and an and one opportunity now for the sophomore, who came into this one shooting 79% from the charity stripe, but this is a big and one opportunity with 1:19 left. Can the Flames take the lead? Let's find out. Serrano here on the free throw attempt, and one opportunity. One bounce, two bounce. Fires. She's good. 63-62. UIC leads with 1:17 left in this ball game. Carson Norman on the attack for the Cardinals now. 75 seconds to go. Norman on the near side. Pressure from the Flames. Has to force it to Verber. Verber to Tessa Towers inside the paint. Tessa Towers, 19 points. Cardinals lead with 60 seconds to go. It is 2-2 Clayton now for UIC. Cardinals have to be perfect. They lead by 1. Worthen Arena is standing. Clayton with pressure from Carson Norman. Clayton gets a jumper from the right elbow. It's missed. Tessa Towers gets the rebound. Cardinals have to go in the other way now with 43 seconds to go. Cardinals on the attack on the near side. This is Carson Norman. Pressure from 2-2 Clayton. Cards lead by 1. They have 18 seconds on the shot clock. So 2 shots is all that will be left in this ball game. This is Carson Norman now on the far side. Screen set by Tessa Towers. Norman, 7 seconds, checks, step back, 3. It's missed. Tessa Towers, though, gets the rebound. Finds Kingery from the right wing. Shot clock is off, and a foul from UIC's 2-2 Clayton. And the Cardinals lead 64-63. The foul by Clayton. It will be her 3rd, team's 4th. And it's decision time. For UIC, it is Cardinals basketball. They lead by 1, 64-63. 15.8 seconds to go. Zander Verber on the inbound, right in front of the Ball State bench. Verber finds it to Tessa Towers. Towers will be fouled. That is a foul by Magdalena Winter.
And now, Gillie, this is going to be the testament to her game, or should I say of this quarter, for Tessa Towers. She's been challenged, she's overcame, and she's produced, scoring 7 points in this quarter. The Cardinals are leaning towards her in this moment, as they've been going to her often, time and time again. Can she capitalize right here at this very moment to secure the win, or at least secure the lead?
Free throw number 1 is up. Free throw number 1 is missed by Tessa Towers, who is shooting 2 free throws with 15.1 seconds to go. Cardinals lead by 1, 64-63. 15 seconds to go. Free throw number 2, it's missed. And UIC going to take a timeout on the inbound, so it will be UIC basketball after the break. We will keep it here. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McAllard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. Max Sealy, Zander Woods here with you. It will be UIC Flames basketball after the timeouts. And for Ball State, you are up by 1.64-63. 15.1 seconds to go. What are you going to do here? Do you want to let them score so you have an opportunity for one last shot? Do you want to be focused on defense with no shot clock? What's the decision going to be?
Well, you absolutely don't want to let them score, especially with the amount of time left on the clock. And if those free throws were made, this would have been a perfect opportunity to foul quickly and send them to the free throw line. But obviously that's not the case right here. And so for this situation, if I'm Ball State, listen, we got to defend without fouling, right? And we cannot let them get to the basket. We got to make sure we're not letting Samantha Serrano or Tutu Clayton or Julia Coleman slither their way into the paint with their quickness, and the rotations need to be on time. And if I'm Ball State and if I'm Coach Sally, I'm looking at Tessa Towers to almost be cemented into that paint and keep a high hand. Don't need to jump, don't need to swipe down at any blocks, don't need to go for anything like that, don't go for any steals. Just make sure we're staying fundamental and rudimental into the game on the defensive end. And now if I'm UIC, I'm saying, listen, we have this opportunity. We fought all game. We had a beautiful game plan. Our leader in Jessica Carruthers is down, likely not returning for the rest of this game. We don't know the extent of that injury, but you fought back. You fought back so much. Samantha Serrano has done an amazing job at keeping you into this ball game and keeping you within a position to not only tie, but to take the lead and even win the game here on this possession. And this is your opportunity right here and right now. And if I'm UIC, I'm making sure that I'm I'm not shying away from the moment, and I'm not letting it get too big, especially being able to grab my first road win of the season.
So what's at stake for these teams? For Ball State, they look to remain 6-0 before they travel to Naples, Florida to take on Pitt and Alabama A&M in that tournament. Meanwhile, for UIC, they look to return back to 500. They would be 3-3 this year before they go to their tournament, where they will take on Maine and then the winner of Iona and St. Francis. We have a stoppage in the action right now with 15.1 seconds to go because the officials, they are looking at all the angles provided by the Chirp Vision crew right now. They just want to make sure that probably at this point they want to make sure that there's the correct amount of time. They want to make sure that it will indeed be UIC Flames basketball on the inbound. So that is what the delay is right now. Reminder, this broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGallard and Morrison Roads in Muncie or visit victorymuncie.com. This, of course, is SL Digital presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Our next broadcast will be December 3rd. It is field trip day for women's basketball against Oakland City. That game, Oakland City, of course, from the NAIA ranks. That game will be at 11 a.m. here from Worthen Arena. Field trip day, always going very wild for sure. And then we will also have Ball State men's basketball versus South Dakota State at December 9th, but that's a couple weeks away right now. A decision being made by our officials, and a decision having to be made by Ball State. We mentioned that for Ball State, you're going to have to get a stoppage here if you want to get the win. And again, a 64-63 Ball State leads. This is the first time these teams have played since 2000. Cardinals won 93-58 that year at UIC. Last time we had a matchup here at Ball State, however, UIC won 82-75. Those matchups were good. They weren't as close as this one. So officially, it is 13.9 seconds to go on the game clock. There is no shot clock. It will be UIC Flames basketball on the inbound, right in front of the media table. So here we go. 2-2 Clayton on the inbound. Finds it to Coleman. Coleman has to fight through two Cardinals, and she is able to score in a timeout taken by the Cardinals. That's what you have to do here. It's 65-64 Cardinals basketball with 11.2 seconds to go. The good thing about this is you do have 11 seconds, and it is only a one-point ball game, 65-64.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Realistically, this is exactly, I think, what the Cardinals wanted. They have plenty of time on the shot clock after the quick inbound, and it is a one-possession ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you pointed that out. They scored very fast. Very fast. Honestly, within the first two dribbles, the shot was already up and good. And so if you're Ball State, right, you got to be able to not be afraid to keep going back to Tessa Towers. If it's not there, kick it back out to Grace Kingery or swing it to Carson Norman for an open look. But I think that's really got to be your first two options, right, coming out of the huddle and coming out of the break to try to win this ball game here at home in Worthen.
So Zander Burt gets the inbound for Ball State on the left side of the court. 11.2 seconds to go. 65-64. UIC leads here on SL Digital Radio. Berbert finds it to Carson Norman. 9 seconds, 8. Norman on the near side, drives away inside the paint. 5-4, misses. Rebound for UIC and stoppage with 2.9 seconds to go. You saw Norman hit the deck, the rebound, and the fight for a rebound by UIC. Believe it should have been UIC basketball on the rebound. We will wait to see, however, what the call is by our officials, but that is not at all what Ball State wanted to do that time by.
No, absolutely, and we're seeing the replay. Just left it short. It looked like Norman honestly left her feet a little early before she was able to flick that ball up and in. And you know what? That's not a bad look. That's not a bad shot at the rim right there. But I do agree with you, Gillie. That play did take a little bit too long to develop if you were going to try to get something like that in the rim.
Nishigai gives the foul there. That is her second, team third. And with 2.9 seconds to go, UIC leads 65-64, looking to get their first win against the Cardinals in Worthen Arena in 26 years. Last time they did that in 1999. Again, of course, last time these two teams faced off was 2000, so it's not a common matchup, but still, it would feel pretty good heading back home to UIC, considering that, hey, they have a 5-game road trip coming up for the Flames, and getting some momentum. A 2-0 start will be helpful in that road trip. So 65-64, 2.9 seconds to go, and a timeout taken by Ball State. It will be UIC basketball on the inbound. And clearly Brady Sallee wanted to have an opportunity to discuss with his Cardinals the strategy here.
Foul immediately. That's the strategy. The moment that ball goes up in the air, you're playing defensive back. Go see ball and attack the person who has it.
So I want to remind you that according to the scoreboard, 2 timeouts left for Ball State, none for UIC, 2.9 seconds to go. UIC Flames on the inbound, 65-64. 2.9 seconds is all that remains in what has become a classic between these two. It will be 2-2 Clayton on the inbound in front of her UIC bench. As we mentioned, Zander will have to probably immediately foul. She has 3 fouls, so she does have a foul to give. With 2.9 seconds to go, here we go. Clayton on the inbound. It's handed off to Serrano, and there's the foul there by Grace Kingery. It will be her second of this ball game. And that only gave 0.6 of a second off the clock with 2.3 seconds remaining now. And a 4th foul for Ball State. We will restart now with 2-2 Clayton on the inbound once again in front of her UIC bench. Again, 2.3 seconds left in this one. Clayton inbound. UIC leads by 1. Serrano with the catch and the foul. 0.3 of a second taken off as Grace Kingery gets back-to-back fouls there. Stops the clock with 2 seconds to go.
2 seconds to go. Ball State still has 2 timeouts. So if Serrano is able to make both of them, you still have another opportunity to hit a 3 and to take this game to overtime. If she misses, I believe you're able to now, with it being a 1 for 2, you're able to call that timeout quickly and try to draw up something quick to get you an easy bucket. Excuse me.
Officials had a quick review. At this point, it was probably just trying to make sure that the game clock is correct indeed at 2 seconds and to make sure it was a shooting foul, which it will be for Samantha Serrano, a 79% free throw shooter heading into today. All right, Serrano, 2 shots. Flames lead 65-64. 2 seconds left in this one. Cardinals, they are 5-0. Will they be 5-1? Let's see what UIC can do. Free throw number 1 is up. Free throw number 1 is missed. That's exactly what Cardinal fans wanted. They want tater tots for 2 missed free throws. More importantly, they want 2 misses for an easier opportunity for Ball State to take the lead. Here comes Serrano. Free throw number 2. It is made. 66-64 timeout taken by Ball State. They have 1 timeout to give with 2 seconds left. There were discussions before this game with all of the media covering this game. Mick Tidrow, Sam Niger for the radio network, Raiden Carroll sideline for ESPN, and we were all talking about, us including Max Sealy, Zander Woods here with you, that we expected it to be a close game. I don't think we expected it to go down to the wire like this has.
Oh, absolutely not. And for you and I being up here in the booth, I don't think we could have really asked for a better game on a Monday night headed into the Thanksgiving break period. But obviously, stylistically, one thing that I really noted in that we explained is that these 2 teams are so similar. Obviously, with almost adverse records and adverse, competition levels at that too. So you couldn't necessarily let the rankings or the record fool you into thinking of one team was marginally better than the other. Both these teams have culture, they have grit, and more importantly, they have two great coaches leading the way.
2 seconds ago, Cardinals inbound. It's to Tessa Towers, 1.5 seconds ago. Tessa Towers will miss, and that'll do it. UIC wins 66-64, and the Flames are now 3-3 on the year, and they get their first win here at Muncie since 1999. And the Flames, they're going to be partying like it's 1999 after tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you cannot emphasize this enough from a basketball team of what UIC did when their leader goes down, their best player on the court, and they galvanize the troops. And you see so much leadership on this basketball team really step up and take control of this basketball game. Tutu Clayton, an amazing basketball game. She absolutely put on a clinic for a 5'6" guard to really attack the paint as she did, at the veracity at which she did it, and at the high level at which she did it. It was an amazing performance on her end. For Samantha Serrano to come in to the basketball game and to score 9 of her 12 points in the fourth quarter, really in the middle of the fourth quarter, for her to put on that performance and to come off the bench and to do like such a tall task that not many who watching this game could have even believed that she was capable of, and for her to pull that performance off and to step up big for her team and to be that leader and to put that team on her back, an amazing performance as well. And we cannot, mention this game without saying the name of Julia Coleman. Man, how good was she on the defensive end? And not even just that, her rebounding and her aggressiveness. Watching certain teams, and when they go into certain games, you're able to see teams have an identity about themselves. And the identity of this basketball team seemingly exuded from her, and it exuded from the rest of the players from top to bottom on the roster.
So your final score, UIC 66, Ball State 64. This broadcast was produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGowan and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. And for the best stories in Ball State sports, latest videos, and SportsLink program information, it can be found at ballstatesportslink.com. Here are the numbers to note for UIC. Tutu Clayton had 16 points for Julia Coleman. You had 10 points for Jessica Carruthers before she went down with an injury. Samantha Serrano had 12 points and 5 points for Crystal Ortiz. It was a game where you were able to have 13 points off of turnovers, a total of 31 rebounds for UIC, and they shot 41% from the field. Meanwhile, for Ball State, it was a big day for Tessa Towers, her third double-double this season. She had 19 points and 11 rebounds. 13 points for Grace Kingery, who shot 4 for 10 from the field. 7 points for Verberg, who definitely played very well in this one, earned her first career start for a reason. 8 points for Anissa Guy. She had an impressive first half offensively. She had some big defensive plays as well. And again, Ball State shot 45% from the field. They had a total of 37 rebounds, 38 points in the paint, and 11 second chance points. That'll do it here from Worthen Arena. Real quickly, Zander, any last thoughts before we wrap a bow on what was a classic between these two?
And a classic it was. For these two teams to really battle towards the end, it was nothing more of a spectator's treat that I can honestly say for myself, being in the booth besides you, Gillie, and just watching these two teams not only go down to the wire at which they did, but to compete at the level at which they did it. I think that is always such an amazing thing to watch as we're all spectators of such an amazing game like this is, of the game of basketball. So it was a really good opportunity to call this game with you, Gillie, and hopefully we get to do more in the future.
So a reminder, UIC 3-3 on the year. They will be a threat in the Missouri Valley Conference for sure. Ball State falls to 5-1. Their next time out a tournament in Naples, Florida against Pitt and Alabama A&M. Meanwhile, for UIC, they will play a tournament against Maine and the winner of Iona in St. Francis. That'll do it here from Worthen Arena. Thank you so much for joining us. Tune in next week as we will have Field Trip Day on December 3rd. That's the next time you can hear SL Digital at 11 a.m. against Oakland City. For our wonderful crew here from Worthen Arena, my name's been Maxwell Gillie. That's Zander Woods. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon on SL Digital, presented by Victory of Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.